In case people haven't seen the episodes that I've done on the electroconvulsive in the kids, just so people are aware, in Utah State Code basically states that our kids can be subjected, anybody under the age of 18, to electroconvulsive therapy now without the parent's consent, which is positive electrodes. It's electric shock to the brain to induce grand mal seizures, intentionally induce grand mal seizures to treat depression now. They are doing it through the Huntsman Mental Health Institute, through Molina Healthcare, through Morningstar Health, through Intermountain Healthcare. Right on Intermountain Healthcare's website, it states that it is what they do is they induce seizures that will take at least 6 to 12 treatments, and it's not guaranteed to work. This treatment can cause cardiac arrest, asphyxiation, it can fry the brain, it can cause permanent nerve damage, permanent seizures, permanent memory loss, cardiac arrest, hemorrhaging of the brain. I did an episode that was aired on YouTube, and they've taken it down for COVID misinformation, which we didn't mention COVID once, so I don't think they want me talking about this. And I'm trying to reach parents right now. I think that this one's weighing on me with the kids. I can't sleep at night. I'm telling you that I know that this is coming for our kids. They're pushing mental health clinics into schools. They're trying to do it in Utah right now. They're trying to do it across the country, but they're going to be giving kids hormone blockers and starting them on gender reaffirming surgery treatments in these mental health clinics in the schools without parents' consent. And Utah State Code says that once this treatment is prescribed for electroconvulsive on kids, that if a parent refuses this treatment, it's not up to the parent. The Utah Department of Health and Human Services can appoint 2 fact finders to make the final decision, and if they decide your child will be forced to undergo this treatment, you'll be forced to give your custody of the child over to the department, and they'll start treatment on your kids within 48 hours of their decision. Now, I've talked to somebody here in Utah whose son was taken from her. He's been in a mental health clinic in American Fork, and he has cerebral palsy, so he uses communication cards to communicate. And he would use the SAD card. He wanted to come home when she first was visiting him in this clinic, and the last time she saw him, she said he had marks all over his head. He was having several seizures a day, which she didn't used to have. He used the scared card, and she's not been allowed to see him since, and that was 3 years ago. I talked to somebody else whose little brother was in the mental state hospital in California, and he died while he was there. When his autopsy came back, it showed that he had died from signs of his brain being fried from electroshock. They didn't know that they were giving him electroshock while he was in there, but the autopsy came back and said that that's how he died, and he was 5 years old. And I think that they are coming for our kids, and I think that people, this one is hard for people to jump on board with. It's electro, there's got to be a reason that they're doing it, a good reason. I talked to a state legislator here who is a physician, and he said that, there are very rare cases where it is a last resort, and very rare cases where he has seen electroshock benefit some patients, but that he has never seen it done in a child on a developing brain, and that this really worries him, and that he's really worried that our parental rights have been stripped here as well. And I think that people probably have a hard time wrapping their brain around this one, thinking that this probably isn't coming, or that there's a reason for it, or that, if it is coming, it's not coming anytime soon. I'm telling you right now that I know the same way this transgender movement has blown up, it was like it was barely happening, and all of a sudden overnight it exploded, and it is as big as it is now, and we're wondering the craziness how we got here. I am telling you that I know that the same thing is going to happen with this electroconvulsive in the kids. Through the mental health clinics in the schools that they are trying to push, because these sharp suicide prevention surveys that they're giving the kids in schools are a screening tool for it. And the same department that is taking kids and giving this treatment is the same department that is issuing these sharp surveys through the schools. You know, when the Holocaust happened, I think people who were trying to warn people that things like this were going to happen, you know, they were probably called crazy. It probably sounded crazy, but the Holocaust happened. Stalin happened. Mao happened. All these people happened. And there is craziness going on in our world right now with our kids that if we had tried to tell people a year ago that this, you know, kids were going to be able at the age of 12 in California to go get hormone blockers and transgender surgery and mutilate themselves without parents' consent, it would have sounded crazy, but crazy is happening. So I know that this electro stuff, it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you that I know that this is coming for our kids. I know it in my bones, and I know that it is coming for them quicker than people think that it will come. And I'm begging parents to wake up to what's going on right now and start paying attention. But I know that this is coming for the kids, and I really do think that it is going to all of a sudden blow up overnight, just like this transgender and critical race theory movement did. And you know, the only reason that I can think that YouTube would pull the episode that I did on this electroconvulsive is because they don't want me talking about it, and there's a reason for that. So, electroconvulsive in kids, guys, this is weighing on me. I can't sleep at night. I'm really scared for our kids right now, and I really need people to jump on the bandwagon with me on this one and help get the word out that this is, it's happening. It is Utah State Code already. Psychosurgery as well, which is brain surgery and lobotomies to treat depression on a developing brain. Anyone under the age of 18, please ask yourself why that would be code, how that is normal. Brain surgery and lobotomies on a child for depression. So I'm just begging you to help me get the word out on this one and pay attention.